Alright guys, I got another video. This is going to be the top cover for the Humvee's fuel tank. I went ahead and put 3 half-inch MPT fittings on there. Also got a dash 8 90 to a half-inch MPT. I went ahead and made my own pickup tube out of stainless steel. Go ahead and swipe over for the pictures of that. I'll post those as well. This is going to be your stock one. This is the feed side, and this is a return. And here's the fuel tank. This is what you're going to see in there. Make sure whenever you take yours apart, you clean it out. There's a drain plug right there. It's going to be a little rubber plug you'll see on the bottom of the fuel tank. You can get replacement ones for those. I would do that after I take out the plug. And alright, well, I hope that helps out. Your fittings for the fuel tank, the pickup tube. This is what your stock pickup tube looks like. Back a little bit. And if you look, here is the half-inch one. This one can almost fit inside it, so it's much bigger. I think this other one was 3/8, and this other one's half-inch, so it's considerable difference. And then of course your return line is super small. But my feed and return is going to be both half-inch. So you'll cut your tubing to the proper length. That's determined by, if you take your old one, before you take the old one off, you're going to measure from the bottom of here to the tip, so that way you know how much you need sticking out. If you make it too long, it's going to make a hole in the bottom of your tank, or it's just not even going to go on. Or if you make it too short, you're not going to be able to get the fuel capacity that you have, because the tube's going to be too short, and you're going to have extra fuel in the bottom of the tank. So this is what mine looks like when it's done. I went ahead and welded some half-inch MPT couplings on there. This is, of course, the half-inch 90 with the dash 8 fitting on there for the push lock hose for the Fass fuel system. Excuse my aluminum welding, but I'm a little rusty, and I know it's horrible, but it'll do the job. So yeah, when you're welding this on, I think I said it, I can't remember. Make sure this isn't cockeyed to the left or to the right. Just make sure it's square. It's best to put it in a clamp. Take a square on a flat table, bring it up to it, and then you're going to see the gap distance, and then do the opposite side. So I hope that helps. I'll try and show you some more videos of me welding it up, but I don't have the fancy camera to get the arc shots and stuff like that, so just have to watch somebody else weld, and then you'll get the idea of what's going on. But alright guys, I'm going to give you a couple more videos of what's going on here. This is going to be your push lock to dash 8 fittings for the Fass fuel system. There's going to be your push lock hose that comes from Fass. Here is the pickup tube that I'm making for the Humvee fuel tank. It's going to be a dash 8 90 with a half-inch MPT fitting on it, or threads. This is going to be your half-inch pickup tube. I'm using stainless steel. You're going to go ahead and measure your length from the very bottom of the metal plate when these threads start to stick through. Yours may not, depending on if you just thread this on or if you put the half-inch MPT fittings like I did. So you'll measure from the bottom of the plate up to the top, and whatever the measurement is for yours is how long you're going to cut it, or how short you're going to cut it rather. When you're welding it, make sure it's in here solid. I'm going to put it right here at the end, so that way I don't get any cross flow with it having a gap inside there. So it's going to be right here at the edge, and then I'm just going to weld around, trying not to hit any of these threads. But if I do, it's fine. I can always hit it with the grinder a little bit and file it down. Also, what you can do, if you have one of these, I went ahead and rammed this inside there, hit it with the hammer to kind of flare this out a little bit, so it gives this a little bit of a tighter fit. So again, yeah, once you put that through, this part right here will flare out, and there won't be as much slop inside there. Earlier it was pretty loose, but now it's kind of tight. So alright, well, Let me see if I can get y'all some arc shots of me welding it. If not, I don't have the fancy camera, so sorry about that. Alright, so I have the welder set at 70 amps, and I have the post flow set at 11 seconds for the purge, and for the gas, I'm sorry. I went ahead and put one tack on here just so I can show y'all. So go ahead and get it tacked up. And then what you're going to do is make sure that the fitting is square. I'm just going to eyeball it. But if you're not as confident, go ahead and take the square, take this off the jig and or off the vise, and just look down the side of it like this, and make sure that it looks almost square. So, go ahead and put some more tacks on here. Finish fitting it up. Again, always put just tacks on it, because you can always take the tacks off. If you weld it out, it's going to be a pain in the butt to try and do everything else right. So that looks pretty good right there. Looks pretty good there. Take it down a little bit. You see any little things burning off, that's the galvanized coating, because I couldn't find stainless steel at the time when I bought these, so ignore that. It's not good to weld galvanized, so try not to. Alright, so I got it tacked up. Before you weld it out, it's always good to do one final look at it and make sure you got everything good. So, got the tacks on there. Focus, probably not. So, got the tacks on there. Excuse this setup. I'm in my garage, not in my shop, so making things work. Alright, weld it up. Alright, so I messed up my tungsten tip a little earlier ago, and I guess it's a good time I could talk about this too. Of course I'm going to be able to get it out of there with these gloves. So I'm using a number 10 cup. I got 3 30-seconds tungsten, and I bought Eastwood's tungsten grinder. So it's pretty nice. I like the one that Milwaukee has. You want to have a real sharp point when you're welding stainless or steel with the TIG welder. Otherwise, it's going to give you a really hard time. I like mine to be a needle point. So normally you wouldn't have to take off the cup, but I had the collet body on there wrong, or loose rather. All right. Normally you want about a 1/8 stick out, but if you have a bigger lens you can get away with a little bit more. sure you wear gloves because you don't burn your hands and fuck up your skin. There we go. Welding much better now. When you're finished welding, always leave this on there so that way the post flow can cool down the metal and you'll get that nice gold color if you have the heat the right temperature. You can see I'm getting a little bit too hot. I'm not getting the color that I wanted. Finish the weld up. Alright, this one's welded out. Got a little bit warmer, but I wanted to, but it'll work. So yeah, here's this fitting. Now the next step is to thread it into the cover, and you'll measure from the plate when the plate's there, or when you thread it into the plate on the inside to the tip, and you want to match the same measurement of yours before you took it off, so that way you can have the same amount of stick out and you'll be able to pick up the same fuel level as the factory one did, except you'll have a bigger pickup tube so you can pull more fuel. So alright, well, I hope this helped, and this is my little version of the pickup tube for the Fass fuel system. You're going to do the mod on your Humvee. Alright, thanks.